À moi, j'aime beaucoup l'humour très français.
Can Sigourney Weaver only speak French when it's scripted?
J'adore Paris. Ça fait trop longtemps que je n'étais pas venue.
Should we, as French learners, compare ourselves to English-speaking celebrities that we come across speaking French in movies and on TV? And what French mistakes that Sigourney makes in a 1997 interview can we learn to avoid for our own French? We're going to be talking about all of that in today's video. You can jump to any part that you like using the chapter markers in the YouTube player, or you can follow along step by step with me. Du coup, si vous êtes prêts, allez, c'est parti. A couple of weeks ago, I did a décortiquage or a breakdown of the French spoken by American actress Sigourney Weaver in an episode of French TV show 10%, and I gave her a really great score. Then that sparked a bit of a debate down in the comments of that video over whether or not Sigourney can indeed speak French when it's not scripted. Two of you put me on to two different interviews with Sigourney in French where it's like we see two completely different people. It's like chalk and cheese. The first one is on a show called C'est à vous, and it was made during the promotional period of her appearance on 10%. She answers all but two questions in English, and when she does speak French, she doesn't seem at all comfortable and switches to English when she can.
Vous demandez alors à votre agent, si présente, d'inverser les rôles de Gaspard et de Bernard, parce qu'une histoire comme ça, dites-vous, ça aurait de la gueule, c'est bien ça?
Yes. Yes, it is, I think.
In this clip, she's basically being recounted what happens in the episode, so you'd think even if it's spoken fast, it's a lot of familiar vocabulary and she has a lot of context, but she still struggles to understand what's said. Now, I wonder if she has a translator in her ear, which means she can hear both the questions in French from the presenter and the translations in the ear at the same time or just after from the interpreter. So they're both talking over each other, making it hard to understand. But she recovers in this next clip and speaks French.
Vous connaissiez la série et vous avez accepté en 4 heures d'y participer. C'est vrai ça? C'est pas juste une légende urbaine?
I missed the question. Pour la première fois dans ma vie, j'ai dit oui sans même lire le scénario. J'ai dit oui, peut-être c'est 4 heures, mais pour moi, c'était vraiment immédiatement. And it was a sublime experience.
When her co-star Camille Cotin is asked if she had taught Sigourney some French swear words on set, or in French that's des gros mots, she said that Sigourney already knew some and actually that she has a very, very good command of French. Elle maîtrise très, très bien le français.
Vous avez appris beaucoup de gros mots à Sigourney?
Elle en connaissait déjà quelques-uns.
Ah oui?
En fait, ouais, elle maîtrise très très bien le français.
Quel gros mot, Sigourney? Comment ça?
Oh, gosh, I have to remember back to my days.
Il faut que je réfléchisse à l'époque où je traînais avec Gérard Depardieu.
Is that the truth? Does Sigourney have a great command of the French language, or is it simply that Camille is being polite? It should be noted here that the verb maîtriser in French, although it can mean to master something and therefore be an expert, it quite typically in everyday French is used to talk about having a good command of something solid, not necessarily expert level. So what do you think? Let me know down in the comments.
Et j'adore quand vous dites zut ou encore c'est chien au lieu de c'est chiant. Est-ce que vous voulez bien nous le dire en direct, live from New York?
I think I say
Je pense
c'est
que
chien. C'est chien.
Now, as fun as talking about Sigourney's French is, I care much more about getting you regular French speaking practice. If you are just starting to have real French conversations, why not check out my method for making the most of your interactions as a French learner, and worksheets and exercises to help you apply it in your own situation. Check out a link down in the description to that. So now let's go back to 1997 and an interview she did whilst promoting the fourth in the series of Alien films, Alien Resurrection. And in this, she seems a lot more comfortable.
Je pense que chaque fois on a choisi une metteur en scène pas très expérimenté, mais avec beaucoup de vision, beaucoup de talent.
Now, I still think she has a translator in her ear, which is what causes her to start her answer with well, and then immediately switch to the French equivalent of alors. But I think already this shows that she has a greater level of ease with the French language. And you probably noticed that the French use the word alors a hell of a lot in regular conversation.
Well, alors, je suis mort, sincèrement, je pense, comme tout le monde, que c'est la fin.
Now, the pause in the following clip more or less confirms to me, if it was still in doubt, that she does indeed have a translator in her ear, but she is offered the opportunity by the host to switch to answering in English. She turns that down by just continuing in French, which is always a great sign of confidence.
Qu'est-ce que vous avez pensé lorsqu'on vous a dit le réalisateur va être français?
Oh, mais je suis ravie.
Merci pour votre français, mais si vous voulez répondre en anglais, vous pouvez le faire aussi. Qu'est-ce qui vous plaît dans ce genre de film? C'est un film qui vous fait peur lorsque vous le tournez? Vous aimez ces films?
Je suis très timide comme les films d'horreur. J'ai peur beaucoup.
Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think the questions in this interview are that much harder, if at all, than the questions in the first interview, which was actually filmed 20 odd years afterwards. So what do you think it is? What do you think is the reason for the differing performances? Is it a distracting translator in her ear? Is it that her French brain wasn't working well that day where she talked about 10%? You know, we all have days where our French brains work better or worse than other days. Is it a complete lack of practice? I haven't really looked into her history, but I imagine that there's a big period where she just hasn't been speaking French, where in the 90s perhaps she did more so. You know, was it that the first interview, i.e. the one in 97, was more scripted? Not sure about that. What do you think? Please do let me know down in the comments. Let's start a debate. Alors, now let's take the opportunity of breaking down some of her French from the older interview to see what mistakes, common mistakes from an English speaker that we can learn from and avoid making in our own French. So let's check out this clip and pick out a few things that she says that are easily fixed.
Je pense que chaque fois on a choisi une metteur en scène pas très expérimenté.
Now, first of all, she says un metteur en scène, which, to be honest, I didn't know about until a few months ago. And doing more of these videos on celebrities who are actors, I learned un metteur en scène is a director. Previously, I knew un réalisateur, or un réa, I think they also call them. But here, un metteur en scène, I hear a lot more actors using to talk about directors. And she says, un metteur en scène pas très expériencé. And she clearly doubts it. She goes, expériencé? But this is a common mistake among English speakers because we say experienced and they have the word expérience. But in French, you want to say expérimenté. Now, what's quite interesting is that if you want to say to experiment with something or to do an experiment, you actually say une expérience. Une expérience. So they are quite closely tied together. It's just that we use them in different ways in English and in French. So expériencer should be expérimenté. So I want to hear from you. Is speaking French well simply a matter of being a good actor who remembers their lines? What does it take to be a good French speaker, in your opinion?
Une metteur en scène pas très expérimenté. À moi, j'aime beaucoup l'humour très foncé et les caractères, les situations.
L'humour, humor. She says l'humeur, which actually means mood. Je suis pas de bonne humeur. Je suis pas de bonne humeur. I'm not in a good mood. She says humeur instead of humour. It's difficult for us English speakers to make that sound humour, humour. So you really got to practice it, and often doesn't get you into trouble. But here it kind of it could have done. And then she says humour français, and I'm pretty sure she says humour français, or she wants to say humour, but she says humeur français, but she could also be saying foncé because foncé means dark, like dark humor. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, that's just my ears. But humour instead of humeur. And then the last mistake that she makes is she says les caractères. Les caractères. Very common, we say characters in a film, her character in the Alien franchise, for example. But actually in French, you say les personnages. Personnage, not caractère. My personal opinion is that Sigourney Weaver's French is incredibly rusty if we look at the difference between 1997 and 2020 or 2021, particularly with her fluidity. And that's why she probably chose to answer most of the questions in English rather than in French. I think it will have greatly improved after spending numerous days working with French actors, learning her lines for that episode. But I find it really bizarre that she's uncomfortable talking about the experience on that episode where she has so much context, if indeed she does have the level close to what we see in that episode of 10%. But there's no doubt about it, she definitely lacks practice. Speaking is the only thing which makes you better at speaking. And I'm not really convinced from what I've seen, the mistakes that she makes, the choices that she makes in terms of choosing English over French, that if I saw her in the street and started speaking French to her, that she'd be all that comfortable. But again, I'm only seeing it in a couple of examples. I don't know the woman. I don't know a lot about her history. So that's where you come in. If you want to fill me in with information down in the comments, please do so. It's another reason as well not to compare ourselves to other people's French, because all may not be as it seems, especially in the case of celebrities. De toute façon, my score from the last video I did on Sigourney Weaver's French remains because I was basing that purely on the quality of the French I heard in that 10% episode.
J'adore Paris. Ça fait trop longtemps que je n'étais pas venue.
What about you? Would you change your score after this one? Head over to that previous video to go and check it out and decide for yourself what you think of her French and what makes a good French speaker. And don't forget that if you want to start putting into practice a solid method for getting more confident and getting more out of your French conversations, then check out my guidebook and workbook, a link to which is down in the description. Oh, and please do hit the like button as well if you enjoyed this video. It really does help me out on YouTube. But that's all from me for now. Look forward to hearing from you in the comments. Merci beaucoup de m'avoir rejoint. À la prochaine. Ciao.